Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, before I get started in on this, I just wanted to say that you shouldn't see in any of my videos any like mid-roll ads or in mid-video sponsorships and stuff like that, because I purposely don't put those in there, just because I figure, if you make it past the first ads, then there's my ability to control how my content is viewed. Yeah, I'm gonna lose some money and stuff, but um, that's okay. That's okay with me. There's not too many channels that do that, and they lose revenue doing that. So just keep that in mind. The ones that are doing that are basically doing that for you. I'm not the only one. I'm not doing this to toot my horn or anything like that, or even say that it's a good or a bad thing. That, like I said, that's an individual choice thing. Is how you want to run your stuff. Run your own. It should be. But anyway, let's get into this. Also, this video is not going to be completely definitive. I'm not a super expert and everything, but it's about natural handled materials, and I'm not even going to get into different kinds of wood and stuff like that, because that's natural. I'm basically trying to break down, the difference between stag, horn, and things that are supposed to be kind of like in between, like bone stag and horn, and then a version of it, and that's it. I'm not going to branch into a lot of different stuff, and I don't have a lot of examples here, but that's going to be the main subject of this, because it can get confusing when you're looking at the different type of handle materials, and like, is that natural, is that unnatural, what's the advantage or disadvantage? And again, a lot of this is just up to you. It's an individual type of thing. What do you prefer? And there are advantages and disadvantages to each type, and there are differences, and it's not always obvious. And the descriptions you get from stuff, you have to be wary of where you're getting your information from. Like, if you're getting it from a seller on eBay, a lot of that stuff's not verified or anything, I mean, you kind of look at the person's rating, but anyway. Well, howdy there, folks. Dandy Dino here. Sorry to interrupt your video in the middle of it and everything, but we actually sponsor this whole show here, and as a sponsor, we got a right to interrupt right in the middle. Yeah, it's in our contract. But yeah, I ain't gonna take a lot of your time here, but I'm gonna tell you something right here that's really advantageous to your life if you get one. Now, unfortunately, I can't demonstrate how it works, because this is a smart sensor, and if the light's on, it's not going to come on. See, it doesn't want to waste your batteries. And then, yeah, you got a little magnetite magnet back here. Yeah, it's made in China, but we can get these for pretty cheap. I'm telling you, it's pretty cheap. Cheaper than you can get them anywhere else. Now, it's supposed to be powered by 3 batteries. That might be another reason why we don't supply the batteries, because you're getting these things so cheap. And then, batteries do cost money and add weight. We gotta save money somehow. But anyways, yeah, you're gonna get one of these, like I said, without the batteries. But what this thing does, what makes it different than any other light you got, is that your hands can be full. You could be walking into your kitchen to get the liquid refreshment of your choice, or food, or whatever else. Kitchen knife, you might be going in to get a kitchen knife. This thing comes on automatically like a sensor outside a floodlight, and it senses right there. See, that's that eye, that bug eye, and it picks it up. Now, you may be asking, what if a cat comes through, and happens to walk by and accidentally trips it off? What will it do? Will it zap the cat? Will it fry him, you know? Will it shoot out lasers out of its eyes? No, the light will come on, and unless a cat is afraid of a light coming on, that ain't going to do a whole lot to him. But it won't stay on forever, because it'll turn off pretty soon, you know, like 20, 30 seconds or so it'll turn off, conserving you batteries. You know, so just like me, conserving time, just to sell this device to you right now, I want you to remember to check into DinoNet all the time, because we have sales going on all the time, and it ain't just about knives. And if you think, well, I can't afford things, we got a 37 flex pay payment system that will knock your socks off if you happen to wear socks. And, yeah, it'll make things that seem like impossible to afford affordable to you all of a sudden. And yeah. So, yeah, there you go. Just consider that. Just ask for the Dino Light special. And, y'all have a good day. Now we'll send you right back to your your discussion about whatever they were discussing back here. Did I just get interrupted? I mean, I went in to get a glass of water, I put it on pause, and I come back, and it shows that time's been running. Well, maybe I hit the button wrong. But anyways, yeah, there's a difference. You know, like an antler, you know, like stag and stuff like that, is shed usually. When I was a kid, I didn't know this, you know. For a long time, I didn't know. So I'd find them there, and I'd go, like, in the woods, and I'd go, what happened to this? That they didn't eat all the other bones. They just, you know, like, is it a ritual with animals to take the scalpel, you know, and just leave the horns there? I didn't know, you know, and I didn't have a lot of people telling me, so I made stuff up. But that's one of the differences. And a horn is more like a bone, from what I understand. See, like I said, I'm no expert on all this stuff. So it isn't shed, you know. And I can Google all this other stuff, but I'm telling you, like one of the differences right here. See, writers, they say ram's horn bone. So it's really bone made to look like ram's horn. And then you've got like marbles right here. It says ram horn. And it really is, you know, like ram horn. You'll get like a translucent effect on real ram. Part of it, telling the difference can be difficult, you know, like Case with their 6.5 bone stag. Man, and this is like they tortured a little bit too. Man, they do a very good job. I'm telling you, they do a really good job on this. And if you didn't know the difference, you're like, is that, huh? Or isn't that? Well, you know, if you look at some of them, the natural stuff, there's going to be kind of like a, you know, like a bone marrow type of thing. But again, this is shed, but still, like I said, it can get difficult. It can get difficult to tell the difference. The best thing is to try to go to, like I said, to the reputable dealer's description of what it is, and they don't hide it from you. Like Case tells you, you know, this is what this is made out of, and like I said, if they do a good job of it, if they select it well, I think this is like buffalo horn or something like this. The Coe River, a Coe. And it almost feels like Delrin, you know, or plastic or something like that. But it, you know, again, if you go to where it's made stuff, if you get your description off of eBay or some weird forum or somebody, you know, across the street, hey, what do you think this feels like? Feels like a pretty good knife to me. But yeah, there you go. So that was just a little brief one and everything, just a little you know, semi-example of the difference between, because bone can be dyed into any color, and with the torch you can make it look like it's almost, you know, burnt bone. Looks good. And dye too, man. This is a pretty good job here. It's got kind of texture to it and everything of ram's horn, but it's different. And then these two are real here. This is Joker's, but this is real Stag, and they've got different kinds of grades: the Stag, Indian Stag, and all this other stuff. And they're usually more expensive. So I mean, I think that's why sometimes people do the little play on word type thing. Is they might have unscrupulous reasons. Most of the time, when Rough Rider's doing this, it's just like I said, they're not trying to do anything unscrupulous. They're just trying to give you a cheaper alternative. But man, these marbles are not expensive, and it really is RAM. Now, it's a natural material too. These other things, you can make them look exactly like every other one. So I mean, that's one of the disadvantages. So the advantage to a natural material, which I like, is that they're unique. I mean, they already come out unique. Each tree, if you get wood, is the same way. It grows differently. And this handle right here, you might think it's round and everything, but if you just do a little sculpting like they did, this fits so well. And I got plenty of room in my hand. This just fits so well, and it's natural. Let's show the blade. Show the blade. It's supposed to be about knives. It is about knives. And like I said, you're not going to get any advertisements in the middle, because I think I owe that to people, to not interrupt in the middle with advertisements trying to get you to buy stuff. They can do it in the front or the end, like I said, but not in the middle. And that's just me. That's just the way I am. So, anyway, keep an eye out there for weird stuff. And, yeah, just keep an eye out on what you're buying. Here's the meat crafter again. This is kind of like, I didn't understand what the muskrat pattern was for. I always thought, why? This is just dyed bone, but still it's done pretty well. It's smooth bone. And then, if you think about it, really, if you've got two blades that are exactly the same and one gets dull, all you got to do is pop out the other end and you've got another sharp blade. Let me see, did I rotate it properly? Yeah. But what's cool about the meat crafter is you've got a serrated blade. And this really is good on steak and stuff like that, but sometimes you don't want to rip and tear or, shred and everything. You want to do a clean cut. So if you lose the advantage, of having two identical blades, but you gain the advantage of having two different blades. And like Sue Chicken was saying also, one of the reasons for buying this particular model was the inexpensive slip that comes with it, the clip slip. But you've got to watch out for those, because I've had knives jump out of that clip slip from me from just sitting down and stuff. So you got to make sure it fits tight in there, whatever you're putting in there, and your knife doesn't run away from you. So anyways, there you go. It's a little short one, hopefully. So thank you for watching, and have a nice day. So thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Oh God, did you see that? Oh, did you see that, Peppy? Did you see that? Did you?